We did. Let me just see. I think there's around about 10 plus countries here represented. So welcome from all over the globe. You can talk anytime you want, Eleanor.
Okay, I was giving you the opportunity for a change since I talked more last week, guys.
You know what?
Okay.
That's really unusual. Can you understand this? You know, a woman that doesn't want to talk. My God!
I didn't say I didn't want to. I was just giving you the opportunity. Okay, guys, we're getting close to 9, so we will be starting the call with again another John Astor, our founder and owner, in just a few moments. And again, I think you can tell John and I are very excited to have the opportunity to be with you each week and to be a part of this company. What I'd like to do is give you just a little bit about John Astor. As I said, he is the founder and owner of Unittus. He's an entrepreneur and humanitarian. And I think when I was looking at the opportunity and reading a bit about the company and about John himself, I'd like to read, and this is on the internet on the website for you to review, but this really touched me and spoke highly of the man and his ethics. And it said, my last and greatest passion in life is to promote the entrepreneurial spirit within all. Being one myself for over 4 decades now has brought me personally a richness in life experiences that money could never pay for. Unittus will offer the same type of opportunities for you, regardless of your interest, experience, or personal dreams. It's all here to share your passions, your unique qualities, and most importantly, your personal goals. So what better way to turn this over to John Astor, who better to introduce us to the phenomenal opportunity. John?
Well, thank you very much, Eleanor and John. It's always my pleasure to listen to you all because I think one of the most rewarding aspects of being in a business like this is having the opportunity to choose who you do it with. And of course, being a couple or a partnership or a married couple, it's an ideal if it has happened. There are many people in the world that can or cannot work with each other, but I'm very inspired by the two of you, and that's why I love to have you on this call, because most of the people on this call probably have significant others or even married. So thank you so much for introducing to me this evening. That was very kind of you in your words, but you're right, it is very sincere. And we are going to be talking a little bit more about that as we run through this. So this evening I'd like to welcome everybody. You've probably been on many business opportunity calls. This one will be in some ways very similar, in other ways maybe refreshing and maybe a little different. We don't really do a lot of hype. We don't really throw lots of money signs around. We are building a company that has what we call global proportion and what most people are coining it as a real true legacy company. And that's really what Unittus is born on. The other thing that we're going to be doing this evening, we're going to be talking a lot about social media and social networks. That's probably a topic that everybody's interested in hearing about, learning about, sharing about, because that's really what it's all about. And so a couple things, you may want to take some notes while we're going through the presentation, because I'm going to be running through a lot of information fairly quickly, and if you've seen it for the first time, it may be a little bit overwhelming. So take some notes. If you have some questions, we'll be trying to catch a few question and answers at the end of our presentation today. And also you'll see a little text chat box on your lower middle screen, and then if you have any questions or the voice transmission is getting bad or something, just let me know, and then we'll try to correct that. But keep your questions till the end, because I want to focus on getting through the information. So with that, I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to the Unittus Company Overview and Opportunity presentation. I've got a very large audience, so I recognize that there are many people here that are already working within Unittus and starting to get excited about the new company that we've just launched recently, and we have a lot of guests on the call, so I want to be sympathetic to the different audience that I'm working with this evening. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Our challenges today, I think we can kind of bring them up in for most people in 3 major categories. I think we all can sit there and say we need more time. And I think we need more time, because that's the only thing in life that stayed stagnant through time, is that there's only 24 hours in a day. But yet think about all the things we do today that we didn't even exist 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, we need more income. I think I've never met someone that says that I couldn't use a little extra income. So we're certainly going to be talking about that, and everybody's situation is different of why they're here. But I would probably bet that everybody's here because they'd like to either make additional income or even change their primary income source, because what they're doing now is really not getting them to our third category of interest, which is our lifestyle balance. You know, I talk to a lot of people throughout the world, and one of my key questions I ask them is, if you won the lottery tomorrow, tell me what your life looks like. And I get all sorts of different answers. If you go on Unittus, you can see them all, because everybody answers that question on Unittus in your U profile. But when I hear people that kind of look at me or pause, and they simply say, I really wouldn't change a thing, John, I'm so happy and proud of that person, because they've really got their lives in a beautiful place. And so we want to really embrace all of these things, and how can we improve all of these together? Because probably, honestly, all of you are raising your hand saying, hey, wait a minute, my lifestyle's not perfect, my income's not perfect, and my time consumption is overwhelming. So we're here to talk about all three by embracing an opportunity that actually addresses all of these and actually helps you improve all of these, if you take advantage of such an opportunity that we're presenting here tonight. So today's trends, well, we're really here about social networks and social media and where social behavior is changing. It's everything. It doesn't matter who you are, what country you live in, what your interest is, what you do all day. Everybody is being affected by social technology and social behavior trending. You're seeing all the individuals trend towards social networks. You're seeing all the media companies going social, all the governments, all the companies. Everybody is creating a whole new way of communicating, connecting, and getting things done. Would we all agree with that? So why not be a part of that? But let's talk about really what is in the trends today. Well, right now, most of you probably have had interface and experience in social networks, whether they be the largest one, of course, is Facebook or LinkedIn or Google Chrome or Google Plus, and whatnot. But one of the things that is somewhat challenging, as some people say, is there's huge high level of activity taking place on all these platforms right now. But there is a question of what's the productivity? What am I getting out of it? At the end of the day, what do I got after spending an hour on a social network? And so a lot of people are starting to question that, or start to at least when they're doing it, saying, is this really a good use of my time? The other issue that's is out there that's confusing to many people is what's public and what's private. And a lot of people assume that they have privacy, and there's a lot of confusion. And I think what's important is the consumer understand what they got. This is a true story. My teenage daughter's Facebook account was actually hacked today, and they had to take it down, and she had to completely destroy her existing Facebook account because someone got into the account, and I don't even know what the benefit of getting into it other than to abstract, information that was under private, control. So it happens every day. And so the question is, what is private and what is public? And we've seen some of the detrimental effects of that as people getting fired or people's splitting up their relationships and all sorts of fun things. But mainly, social networks today are generally designed to help you keep in contact or reconnect with people you already know. Would we all agree with that? You're probably engaged in multiple platforms. I know people personally that have 20, 30, 40 platforms. There are literally lots of them out there for niche or specific reasons. There's also paid and free models out there. There's hybrid models, which is basically a combination of free and paid. So a lot of people are kind of, in a confusing of what's more valuable and why. Your information is generally totally monetized by corporations. And really, you've got to ask yourself a simple question. What's your take? What's your benefit? And are you really prospering from all this social activity? And this is a new phenomena, so I think we're still in that not a honeymoon stage, but we're still in that investigatory stage. And I think the question is, what is it really doing for you? I challenge everyone to ask that question, because I experience and use social networks very productively, but that's what I do as my choice. When I see my children, I challenge them to try to be more productive, because them, like many other people in the world, are burning a lot of time. And then I just simply ask them a question. I said, what was your take on the time that was spent? Did you earn more money? No. Did you gain any education or life experience benefit? Not really, not probably. Were you entertained? Well, sometimes. So, I think it's a great question and a great debate, and I think everyone has to answer that question for themselves. Two of the big areas that there is a lot of controversy and questions about is, number one, is the lack or the consumption of productivity. Forbes magazine just last month talked about $1.4 trillion is taken out of the U.S. GDP because of Facebook, and it fires up a lot of controversy. New York Times just last month, basically, one of the technology publishing writers said, "Hey, listen, I think Facebook owes me $50, and everybody else that's a user $50, because they're looking at $100 billion IPO." So there is a lot of just interesting commentary that's taking place with the whole social media, and we will continue to evolve over time. Today you probably look something like this, and what this is it really gives you lots of different places to go, whether you're in the dating or personal world, whether you're in the professional B2B world, LinkedIn, Meetup, BNI, Manta's another one, social or kind of open, of course, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Google+. Freelance is really interesting, because that's a whole growing phenomena about independent contract employment, freelance, virtual, all over the world. It's literally billions of dollars are being transacted with people sharing skill for services out there in the world. So, and of course, the two areas that are not quite as defined, but they're very, very important to human beings, is the hobby interest, the why, passion list, and what I call the charitable community area. So when you look at your world, that kind of makes up your whole world. And of course, if you're in the dating, or you're an individual that is not in a relationship, obviously the dating personal world is something that's important to you potentially also. What's neat about that industry is, some of you may or may not know, it really was truly the first social networks online were dating platforms. And what's funny about that, they were paid models pretty much from day one, and the largest ones in the world continue to be paid models. You spend anywhere between $18 and about $80 a month for the privilege of being able to query and search databases of people for like-mindedness that are interested in potentially meeting or dating or finding, even marriage potential. So that's today. So what could be possible tomorrow with an ingenious idea? Well, imagine a world where it's organized in a way to help you not only develop your own profiles for all of these different social aspects of your life, whether it be your social, your career, professional, or your leisure, passion time, and all under one umbrella called the Unittus U World Community. And that's what Unittus has. We've tied together all of the different types of platforms into one place. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But that's really what Unittus is all about. So that's, value position number one, as we'll say. So I'd like to introduce Unittus to you. Eleanor mentioned, I think, in her introduction, that we are based in Sarasota, Florida, USA. Nice place to visit. Welcome you to come anytime. We were actually founded in 2011, but we globally launched mid-January, so that really is not that long ago. We really haven't even fulfilled barely a full quarter of business. And we did a very soft launch, what we call a beta launch. We didn't do a big hyper launch, and we didn't hype up people and do all these kind of things. things. But what's interesting is what's taken place is that the opportunity and the product offering has really resonated, and we knew that it would come out and have a pretty good splash, but it's in many ways is really done much better than anticipated. But we're in about 110 countries today, and just like in Google alone, there's over 30,000 index pages speaking and talking about Unittus, and only maybe 100 of those are corporate, and the rest of them are basically our social advisors, which is our business partners. We're basically suggesting to partnering with you and others to build a true people's company. And that means a lot of things to different people, but I'll share with you how we define it. We define it as our people involved in Unittus are going to help us create our product. Our people that are in the Unittus as our social partners are going to help us continue to create a better and better business opportunity. We are truly a people's company building a people's global opportunity and product offering, which really has no end to it. We'll talk a lot more about that. And we are inviting to engage in a business opportunity like no other. So, when you're talking the aspects of dating, social, and business networking and search capabilities all in one place. And we're very proud to say that we have been successfully paying on a weekly basis bonus checks ever since the first week in business. And many of you have been involved with many other businesses in your career, especially in direct selling. And normally when a company comes out of the gates, there's a lot of problems in the beginning, and I can share with you, and you can check with any of our uniters or advisors, that we truly have had very little problems since day one. We've built a global company before we launched it, and we've been proud to say that we can distribute checks via by MasterCard or on automatic bank deposits in over 200 countries worldwide today. It's a pretty powerful statement. Not a lot of opportunities that you look at in your lifetime could say that. So, Eleanor did a much better job in introducing me than I could, but basically I'm a real person, not a robot, and I've enjoyed an entrepreneurial life for over 4 decades now, and I love sharing that opportunity with others because I just think that the richness that one can enjoy and experience has to do with monetary rewards, has to do with educational rewards, has to do with self-improvement rewards. Like nothing else, there isn't an education in a schooling environment or an education in a traditional job that can give you anything like that. So I encourage each and every one of you to truly embrace it and not be focused on the compensation plan, not be focused on the money. Just focus on having fun with the business, and the money will follow you every day. The people that really do well in these kind of businesses, they just simply end every conversation with a story, and they tell their story, and if their story happens to be Unittus, that's the story they talk about. And it's amazing what takes place. It's kind of like you can't help and can't wait to tell the next person about it. But I would like to read one quick quote to you, and this is part of our mission statement. Unittus is founded by people, developed globally by people, for the enrichment and generosity and lifestyle improvement of the people of our planet. This is where we choose to put our energy and our heart, and we welcome you and your family to join and partner with our family at Unittus. So again, we have no hidden agenda. We're not a non-profit organization. We might as well be, because our interest is basically making sure that our company is solvent and we maintain our growth initiative, but at the same time, our ultimate goal is benefiting human beings around the world. And just like everyone that's on this call, whether it's our product offerings that are competitive in pricing, more so than anybody else on out there, or our business opportunity is sound and profitable for the effort that you put in. Certainly on a risk-reward basis, it's excellent. So, what is this industry that we're in? Well, it's just about beyond comprehension. As I mentioned, I've been an entrepreneur for 4 decades, and I used to get very excited about having a business that I could service a whole state or a region, or imagine something that you could really support selling to an entire country. the internet and technology and lower cost communications, higher quality communications has really just changed all of that. Our call tonight is a perfect example. We are very cost effectively all here together tonight from all over the world, all different time zones. And wow, how exciting is that? So, when you look at the world that we're in, I mean, there's roughly 2.3 billion people that have connection to the internet worldwide and have some type of computer literacy. That is our marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. Have any of you ever been in a business or ever been shown a business opportunity that was your target market? I guarantee you the answer is no. Absolutely no. There are currently 15 social networks in the world today that have over 100 million subscribers. Is there a room for another one? Yes. Does Unittus have to be as big as Facebook? No. But would it be amazing to have 1 million or 2 or 3 million people on Unittus doing some really positive and powerful things and making money in the process? Yeah, absolutely. We tie in the internet, technology, computers, and also language translation within our platform. All of those are multi-billion-dollar industries. Our turnover is really about $1 trillion, maybe more than $1 trillion, but it's hard to even say those words. Peer-to-peer marketing. Okay, that's what the world is. What is social networking? What is social media? It's peer-to-peer. It's referral marketing. It's what the world's known for centuries. Now it's becoming more formalized. There's no physical product with Unittus. Right now, bar none, we are the best digital business opportunity in the world today. And that is a very strong statement. There's no product, no creams, no juices, no pills. Not that we don't all need those, enjoy those, sell those, but the reality, we are a pure digital play. You never have to worry about inventory. And you never will, because since we're digital, everything is opened. Everything is available. So the reality is that's our platform. We have an advertising platform that will be coming out in 2012, which you all can share and you all can have a benefit from. Very significant. And of course, we are a home-based entrepreneurial direct sharing business, which is what we're all here to talk about this evening and sharing. What is the U-World community? Everyone every day talks to me, what's the difference between you and Facebook? Well, the difference is there's no comparison because we're just apples and oranges. We're not here to say that we're better than Facebook. We're not here to say that we're a look-alike. We are profoundly different than Facebook or any other social network. And let's talk about what exactly we are. We are the first open search and social network in the world. So what does that mean? Search, open, we know it's social network. We create profiles and they're 100% public from day one. There's no privacy on Unittus. So if there's anything you don't want the world to see about you, simply don't add it to your profile. So there's no confusion about privacy, because I think a lot of people are very confused about it. And they think they're private, and they think only their friends, but their friends and friends are seeing things and whatnot. We're a completely open profile network, number one. Number two, we are the only network that has a very sophisticated search technology which allows you to search over 400 data points on a profile. And you can do multiple data points by keyword or by drop downs that we have to prime and prompt people, and you can find instantly what you're looking for, whether it be for social pairing, whether it be for career professional lookup, or whether it be for leisure. You want to find someone to climb Mount Everest. I think we have someone that has climbed Mount Everest on Unittus already. Somebody told me that today, because I always use that example. So if you want to find golfers, you want to, people that are in exotic cars, RVing, crochet, whatever. So we have about 400 data points that you can include in your profile, and it can be searched. We have an entire My Links area, which basically you can list all of your different links to websites, blogs, articles, other social media, so people can find you and learn about you quickly, so that you can have connectivity with like-minded people. So we really coined the phrase find or be found for any reason, personal, professional, business, and leisure. Promote yourself, promote your need, promote your business or your skill or your charities or passions, and you'll find like-minded people, and like-minded people will find you. Our U Hub is really our communications hub. This is where you organize your friends. We call them uniters on our platform because we want people to unite around the world. And it's extraordinary. Whether you have 5 friends or whether you have 5,000 friends, the management is effortless and saves time. Remember we talked about that whole time thing and that activity versus productivity? Take a look at our U Hub. Really get to know it. You've got a whole grouping system where you can add groups, where you privatize your groups, which simply means you might have 1,000 people in your group, but the only person that knows that is you. You have a one-to-one relationship with your entire group. Nobody knows each other, but you can communicate with your group. So for example, if you have a group that's into one of your hobbies like biking, or you might have groups if you're an international marketeer, where you might simply have groups based on countries. That's what I do. I have groups by country. So if I want to talk to someone in Australia, an entire group, I just push a button and I send a message to everybody I know in Australia, or for the UK. I mean, so it really doesn't matter. You just have groups of family, group of people that you go and you work with. Our UChat function is very unique for a couple different reasons. One is that we have obviously instant messaging. We also have instant translation messaging. So we have over 30 languages which you can receive the language of your choice, and you can be talking to anybody anywhere around the world. So if you want to talk to someone in Russia and you don't speak Russian, you speak in English. They speak in Russia. When it comes into your chat window, it actually is converted automatically into English for you. Pretty powerful. We also have video and voice, which is amazing for people that are in the dating community, because there's really no other major platform that has something like this. So someone can get to know someone by profile review and then do a UTAP, which is what in the dating industry they call a kiss or a wink, which we have on our platform, and then they can introduce, they can instant message, and then with a click of a button they can be seeing each other live and having a live video voice conference within Unittus. Very powerful for that industry, powerful for using for business also. And we add features on a quarterly basis, and we continue to do so. So it's a very powerful platform, public profile, private friendship. That's very important because all other platforms open up your friendships very, very quickly. And we feel that you should have a choice of who you want to really have as friends and who you want to be able to share the friends with. There are a lot of B2B platforms, I won't mention names, but it's the largest one where you really expose all of your Rolodex, all of your business contacts to the world, including your potential competitors. Some people will say, I'm fine with all that. Some people, when you mention that to them, they get this blank, scary ghost face, and they're like, oh. They really think hard about it. So again, the nice thing about Unittus is you control all the choices, and that's what's important to us. So with every opportunity, you want to look at, well, what's my compensation package, whether it's a job or a career or what have you, and I'd like to spend a moment talking a little bit about that. Our compensation plan we call March to a Million compensation plan, because it's kind of got a little bit of a double meaning. Number one is we're still continuing to march to our first 1 million members. We're excited about that. Every day we grow membership. Every single day it's growing exponentially. Are we at 1 million members today? No. Maybe it'll take a year, 2 years, 5 years, who knows. But we're okay with that. We just are excited to share this with people all over the world. But the second aspect of it, I mentioned the double meaning, is that on our highest level, which is our chairman, one of the compensation bonuses, and there are a total of 11, this is just one of them, will be I will check for $1 million. And it's very real. It's mathematically happens. Nobody can stop it. And, honestly, in most direct selling companies, it typically takes between 32 and 48 months for someone to achieve that in most of the major direct selling companies around the world. We feel that probably somebody could achieve it in about 18 months because we're talking about such a universal product which there's benefit and acceptability throughout the world, so the numbers can be fairly astronomical very quickly. So there's immediate income opportunity to all. There's a nice step-by-step program process to career success. We try to make very unique and small baby steps, recognition and rewards along the way. It's a very flexible opportunity that's part-time, full-time, or someone that wants to go on a career fast track. And it's really pretty easy. You know, we just really talk to people about what things they're already doing, just socializing. We have a total of 11 different income streams or bonuses, and really they're geared towards giving people those freedom, giving people those extra times with family, getting those nicer homes or more security for their futures or building wealth. And that's really what it's all about. The compensation package is got so much going on. We have about a 20-page document on Unittus.com under the Opportunity tab, which you can study. And here's my takeaway: is it works extremely well, but you don't need to understand every aspect of it. The harder you work, the more you contribute to building your business, the harder the compensation plan will work for you. It's extremely generous, and it pays often in every single week at Friday night. But I do show this screen because I do want you to just think about just a few things. It's a very simple concept where you just start by just sharing Unittus with 4 people. And then you share and you help them get 4 people. And you just, whether this takes you a day, an hour, a week, 4 weeks, it really doesn't matter. There's not a timetable that you don't put on yourself. But what happens though, if you get 7 people and then they enroll 4, and then those 7 enroll another 4, you can start to see these numbers. If they took you a year to achieve these, well, let me share with you a few things. A presidential, which is our second highest level, is earning a very sizable 6-figure income. Mathematically, it's really not something that we decide how much you earn. The program and the compensation plan does it for you and for us. So if it took a year to reach this presidential level, after just bringing in 7 people, helping them get 4, and then helping those, get 7, it's just a multiplying effect. If it took 2 years, most people in the world are not on a career track to make 6-figure incomes. Only about 8% of the world even earns that kind of money. So, maybe this is something to take a very serious look at. And I feel so bad for people that continue down a road that pays on an hourly basis for their time spent. They will never create wealth unless you leverage your mind, your time, or the capitalization that you have. It's really a pretty easy job. I mean, we'll do a quick training right now. Real simple, and you guys can, this is a participant area of the presentation, so if you want to get on your keyboard, I'd love to get some answers. So how many of you have email names that you contact right now? So how many people could you contact right now by email based on your personal email contact list? Just have some fun. Let's just key in some numbers. Let's see what you got. Let's see if we've got some real big social networkers out there tonight. We answer this question all the time, and again, this is part of our training. I'm seeing 150 come up. I'm seeing, 200. I probably have, personally, I don't know, maybe 600 or so. Wait a minute, I got someone who's got 10K. I guess that's K with a capital K, 10,000. So, there are people in the world that literally have 30 million email addresses that they have a connection and an ability to email to them. But the average person has at least 100, 150. I think we all can agree with that, maybe a little less. How about cell phones? Now, this is a really good one, so I'm going to tell you a little story. How many contacts do you have in your cell phone right now? Just tell me what it is. Just look at them and tell me. I have probably 100 or so. I don't really use my cell phone that much because I'm usually on the phone, so I just don't have time to answer it. But I'll have 100 or so. I think average person has at least 50. Well, the highest I've ever heard in being with Unittus was over 6,100, and it was a gal in Las Vegas that knew everybody, and she every time people came into Las Vegas, she worked in one of the casinos. It was just hilarious. But that was the highest. I see someone that's over 700. We've got wait a minute, we've got a competitor here. Wow. I got over 6,000. So if you're over 6,100, you become my best friend, because right now that's the record that I've heard in the last 3 months. Over 6,000 contacts on a cell phone. Do you have any idea what that means to an individual if they just simply do a group text and say, hey, I'm having a meeting about getting paid to socialize tonight, and here's the link, and anybody wants to join, I'd love to hear it and love to see you come in. How about social networks? The average person has 155 names, I think, now on social networks in the world. So I personally know people that have 32,000 names on LinkedIn, the B2B social network. Anybody know who's the largest social networker in the world? And those who have been on the presentations, you can't answer this question. So let's see how smart we are. This is Unittus Jeopardy. I will give you a hint. It's a female, and she's a celebrity. Well, I don't see anybody popping it, so I'm going to share it with you. It is Lady Gaga. And no, it isn't Kardashian. She actually is in the top 10, though, so that's a really good guess. But Lady Gaga has almost 24 million friends, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. How would you like to just meet her? And by the way, she's one of seven people that I've identified that are celebrities that have invested in social networks. You think she may be interested in Unittus? I don't know. It'd certainly be nice to get a no or a yes from her if you had the opportunity, though, wouldn't it? How about business contacts? What about other associations with either your religious groups or affinity groups? At the end of every single conversation, every call, every email, every text message, every post you do on another social network, just share Unittus, share the Unittus story, and share your personalized link that you have. That's it. That's training 101, folks. Again, we're all about saving time, increasing income, and increasing your lifestyle by being more productive. So, share with everybody. I get paid to socialize, do you? Everyone can afford free. And the goal is to just share with 100 people. Because if you share with 100 people, 10 people will say, this is really cool. This is a great thing for me in life. My timing is perfect. So if those 10 do it again, and so on. So, the goal is to get working with 10 people. And to do that, you need to share intimately with 100 people. So if it takes you a year, it's okay. If it takes you 10 minutes, that's even better. So you unite your dreams with Unittus. We have income opportunities literally for free. You can get into the business today for free, and it's legitimate and it's real. You can spend a few more dollars and get what we call a fast track start to more earnings and also more features and more benefits with our $34.59. Our top level program is $149. Most of you have probably seen business opportunities into the thousands of dollars. We could have charged more, but it's just padding. It's what we call just kind of passing money flow through, and we believe in creating substance. Our subscriptions for our product are free. You get a taste of what we're all about, which is great. We also have a $10, a $35, and a $75 program. Some of the features I talked about earlier are not available for free. They are available at the $35 or $75 level. These are priced significantly lower than any dating platform that's a paid subscription model. Example, LinkedIn, which is a B2B product, is $29 to $99 a month. And they don't pay you, do they? So, anyway, think about this, what we're talking about. Get with the person who invited you tonight here and learn a little bit more. But I would like to talk to you just for a moment about our U Pro Fast Track package. This is what you get in the U Pro package. You get 2 months of our top tier package, which is our U Discover featured subscription. So what we're saying is we want you to try every single feature. We'd like you to basically use it, experience it, and become a user, fall in love with the functionality and the productivity of the product, and then watch what happens when you start sharing the product and the opportunity. You get unlimited UWorld community search and connects. You get the first 6 months of your U Business Center. This is your business in a box. You get a completely opened up of all the compensation gates, earning potential from day one. You're fully qualified. You can earn money immediately. There are people that have gotten involved in the business and started earning money the same day, within hours, literally. There's no training required. There's no complication. You basically get 3 personalized websites the minute you get in, and you just share the opportunity or the product offering and have people sign up, and away you go. We also include for 2 months a Business Builder Co-op program. This is where we help you build your business. Well, when we get people that come to Unittus that are unassigned, they're not coming in by someone's effort, we push those into our high-level You Discovered package opportunity partners, and then we help build the business with them. We also have a U-Wallet, which is similar to a bank e-wallet. That's all part of your package. We have a virtual Diamond Debit MasterCard so that we can pay you every week. Just like a job, you get paid every Friday here. Isn't that cool? We do weekly payouts of bonus earnings worldwide. We also have a direct payment into your bank account. We have a complete training module. We have basically ad components, training, step-by-steps, everything, full business in a box, $149, and this will cover all of your costs for 60 days or 2 months. Now, I'm sure everybody on this call has invested in business opportunities or started up businesses. I'd love to hear from the audience what's the most you've ever spent for business opportunities. And hopefully, and secondly, that it will not only have paid off, you hadn't lost your money, and you'd gotten a good return on investment. I have personally, in business opportunities, invested up to $25,000 for direct selling opportunities. And I've assisted and helped many people do the same. $149 will not even buy you a phone setup and your cable or your internet connectivity. It is really just something that's we think is quite amazing for a business in a box. Now, what's really very powerful about Unittus is this does not have to be your primary business. Unittus will assist you in any other business that you're in. At the same time, give you additional revenue stream. There's no restrictions with Unittus. It's very powerful that you think about that, because if you talk to any entrepreneur, the successful ones have multiple revenue streams. It's very challenging when you put all your eggs in one basket, because if the basket ever floods, you're in trouble. So we always say, and a good friend of mine and also our international field trainer, and I'll let hit quote go to him, he does not like to see anybody have more than 60% of their revenue in one source. So even if you were to lose your primary business source, you still would have 40% income coming in from multiple other sources. So Unittus becomes a great partner in any business, and for some of you it becomes your primary business or your secondary revenue stream. So, real easy to get involved. Just get with a person who shared the information with you. Become a Uniter and a social advisor. Have fun filling out your profile, uploading pictures, answering questions about who you are. Watch what happens. And then start doing some U-surfing. Just look for things that are interesting to you. Look for things that, would be like-minded with you. See if you can find people. It's powerful, because that's really what the juice of life is the socialization characteristics that we all continue to utilize and grow with. Meet one person a day. Reach out to one person a day. That's 365 people in a year. Do you have any idea how much that will enrich your life? Challenge me. Come back to me and tell me in a year if you do this. Tell me how it's affected your life, because only one human being could change and alter your life forever, couldn't they? In terms of association. The benefits are endless regardless of you, what you are, what you do, what your needs are, and what you can offer the world. So you too can be paid to socialize. So with that, I just simply like to say in many languages, which I wish I could pronounce, welcome to Unittus. And we appreciate you being with us this evening. So with that, I'd love to take some questions. And so we've got some very aggressive uniters and social advisors out there. I've just got a little text that someone has already gone after Lady Gaga. So my hat's off to Kenneth out of California. And that's the kind of fun that you can have. Because the worst thing that can happen in your life, Kenneth, is what? She says no. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'd rather get a no than never get an answer. So thank you very much, and I applaud you for doing that, because there not only is her out there, there's probably 5,000 major social networking people out there within Twitter, within Facebook, and what I call social czars or YouTube czars that are absolutely out there. And I just had a meeting with a organization that has over 8,500 bloggers, and the big thing about what they told me is they have a great audience, they've got great interaction with the people that they've earned the eyeballs in the audience, but they're making very little money. Does anybody know any bloggers out there that are getting 10,000 unique visitors a month and not making any money? Well, it's real simple. Say, hey, get involved in Unittus. There's some ads in the back office. Pop a few on your site and forget about it. And whatever happens, happens. You imagine having hundreds of thousands of sites doing that? Instead of saying, oh, like us on Facebook, you don't get paid for? What about find us on Unittus and get paid for it? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, how about questions? I'm going to open it up, and I'd like to welcome David Peters to the call. David, some of you have had the pleasure of meeting. David is our international field advisor and trainer, and he basically is a worldwide traveler, and he's been in the industry over 2 decades. So please go ahead and start drilling some questions. We'll look for some commonality in them, and we'll try to get to as many as we can. David, I welcome you to come back in the call if you are available. He was having a little mic challenges, but love to invite him back to the call. So, David.
Okay, can you hear me okay? It's I'm in a bad reception area. I hope people can hear me all right, but thank you, John. Good. You can.
Yes, and welcome to the call.
Yeah, look, I'd like to...
would you like to add a few, any
comments?
The
main thing is that I'd like to thank the people that who've contacted me already from who have joined Unittus and have started working closely with me on some mentoring. And I'm offering that service to people that are really keen to get going with Unittus. We're looking at some qualifications. Once you've joined the company and have done a little bit of activity and show that you are keen to build this business, I'm happy to come on board with you and help you go through the stages and help you get up through the different levels, the different pin levels in the company. So that's something that we can all work together on. There's a lot of training information available. And what we're going to start doing shortly, I've been doing it on a one-on-one basis with quite a few people already, but the numbers are getting more and more, so we're going to start doing regular training calls. And these will be starting sometime soon. They'll be promoted and advertised through Unittus, through your U-Hub. You'll see a message and a memo come through on that of dates and times that we're going to be doing these training sessions. And these training sessions will mostly be to cover things such as the compensation plan, understanding how it works, how best to build your business, strategies on how to get the best return, and just forecasting how to work your people that you know, how to generate leads, and just virtually how to move your business forward and be successful in Unittus. Now, everyone joining Unittus comes in for different reasons, and I realise some people might just want to join it to use the services. There's some wonderful services there for promoting yourself, your business, your products, or whatever around the world, and that is fine, and we're happy to help you and explain how that works as well. But for those that are looking at this as a true business opportunity, that's where my role steps in, is to help you with that. I'm currently in the US. I actually am in Florida right now, working with John directly out of the Unittus head office in Sarasota. I've been here for the last two to 3 weeks. I'm here for another week or so. I will then be heading to Australia and then heading back to Europe. I'm actually based out of Poland, but I do travel continually around the world, and so I'll be happy to meet with people anywhere in the world. The other thing we are hoping to do, starting maybe next week for our European listeners that are on the call tonight, I realise it's most probably coming up to 4 o'clock in the morning there, and it's a bit to ask to get up at that time of the night. I know when Unittus first started off a few months ago, I was in Poland at the time, and I'd have my alarm set to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning for this call. So what we're looking at doing is conducting 2 calls on the Tuesday, one at around 9 o'clock Tuesday night European time, and then another one at 9 o'clock Eastern USA time. We will also look at Australia and Asia as well. We do have quite a few members coming on board in Australia and Asia, and we'll be looking at a 3rd call on that time as well. So all being well, either next week or the week after, we will be starting to accommodate Europe to start with, as well as the USA. So that's something we can look forward to as well, to help assist everyone. So we've got a better time zone, especially for our European people tonight. I realise it's a little awkward time. That's virtually it. We don't want to go over too far tonight. We like to try to wrap up our meetings under the hour. I don't know if there's any more questions coming in from John at the moment, but like I said, please feel free to contact Unittus with any questions you've got, and again, put your name forward if you'd like to do some mentoring with me. My background is 22 years in the industry as a full-time networker. I have designed many compensation plans for companies around the world, and I do consult for many network companies as well. So if there's anything I can help you with, I'd love to take you on board and support you in your endeavours to build your Unittus business. Now, I realise I most probably don't have very clear reception from where I'm calling, so I won't stay on the line too long tonight. I don't know whether I'm getting much hum or back feed on my call, so I'm going to pass this now back to John. Thanks again, John, for my opportunity to have a few words, and thank you for the presentation tonight, and I'll pass it back to you now.
And thank you very much, David, for those words and also the support. You know, what's exciting is as you were doing that, we've actually had several people that have said, I want to take advantage of that. So we will be, you know, talking to you one-on-one. Anybody that has an interest in working with David with Unittus, he is starting to identify a mentoring group, and he will work with you as you go up the ranks. I think we're looking at trying to support people getting up to about the executive level, and obviously by then we've duplicated the skill, and then you can certainly start helping others get to that level too. A couple questions I'm taking a look at. One is that about the opportunities and the introductions. Yes, and I think he did touch on that. We were very challenged because we're a young company, but yet we're already all over the globe, and I mean, in a perfect world we should have every Tuesday probably 3 meetings, but right now what we're looking at doing is to have them every Tuesday at 9 p.m. and at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so that we can cover some good coverage not only in the domestic USA, but it actually affords very convenient for some of the other European and Asian markets. So we're probably going to start that on next Tuesday, but generally speaking, we try to stay consistent with 9 o'clock in the evenings on Tuesdays. And yes, the registration forms did get out late today, and we apologize for that. So we are, you know, we should have them out over the weekends, and they did get out late. We had some challenges with the system yesterday, but anyway, but thank you for that. But generally speaking, Tuesday is presentation day, and as we continue to grow, we'll probably be adding more live presentations on one day a week, so it just becomes that Unittus day. I'm trying to look. Any other questions? If you do, just pop them in now. And a couple questions about the different opportunities and whatnot. I guess in the short, I mean, there's a lot of information on Unittus.com about the different feature sets, but here's what it is in a nutshell from a philosophy and a culture that we're building. We know that on an international basis, the economic range of people, cultures, and countries is so widespread. And we wanted to be there for everybody. So we knew we wanted to have a free opportunity. And we do. We have a free product that is valid, that is real, and can bring benefit to you. We do have a hybrid free versus paid subscription model, just like many of the most successful companies in the world. But what's unique about ours is that on the free, we give you the ability to make connections. You're not able to do that on basically most dating sites and a lot of other sites. You cannot make connections. We give you the opportunity to do that. And we give you up to 25 connections on your free platform. Then you've got choices. You have the ability to just buy more U tokens, which is what we call pay as you go. Or if you say, listen, in those 25 connections, I met some friends, I met someone that I'm now dating, I've met a JV partner, I've shared my business opportunity with someone, I'm just going to go to the $10 a month so that I can basically get unlimited connection capability. Of course, when you get to the 35 and 75, you start opening up the translation technology and also the voice and video and some other share screen, some other things that are very effective and useful for most people that are either what I call heavy daters or heavy business people. But those are good questions. Now, from the business opportunity side, again, we wanted to make the same type of commitment around the world. You can get into the business for absolutely free, no money down. But your process of earning is slower because you have to earn your way to opening up the compensation plan to the gateways. The other thing is if you come in for free, the first 2 paid members on initiation will go to your upline. So you will lose them forever and you will not earn any commission on them. But we know there are a lot of people in the world that they have a lot of desires and dreams, they just don't have any money, and we just didn't want to limit to them. What a wonderful thing to do is offer people a true business opportunity for free for people that want to go work. And of course, we went through in detail the $149 U-Pro package, which is really, it's the most cost-effective product we have, and it's certainly the one that gives the most because we give you the 6 months free, which is $24. So it's the most heavily discounted, and it opens up all of the compensation plan, 3 different levels from day one, and you get plugged into the co-op program, which quite honestly on a daily basis people are coming in that are non-signed to anybody because they're just coming in on now. We're starting to build a name brand out there in the world. So good questions though, thank you. So anyway, I'm trying to see what other questions. I think we're in good shape. We're just about at the top of the hour. I want to again thank our hosts, John and Eleanor from South Carolina, and they do a wonderful job, and they're certainly people that you can UTAP or U-mail on Unittus, and you can meet them personally. Great leaders in Unittus. David Peters is available if you'd like to make contact with him. On your Unittus platform, just search for him and give him a U-mail, and please give detailed information as to your reason for contacting him, because he does get a lot of emails, and I'd appreciate that for him. And again, from Unittus, just like to say again, welcome, thank you so much. Have a great rest of the evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and we do appreciate people from all over the world being with us tonight. So with that, have a great evening, and God bless you all, and God bless Unittus. Thank you.